Good morning, fifth grade. Today we are going to focus on dividing decimals by decimals. And we did this earlier in the year, so this should be a little bit of review. So the first thing I'm going to do is read my equation, which is 3 72/100 divided by 1 2/10. Now the first thing I need to do is figure out my divisor. So my divisor will be 1 2/10. And my dividend will be 3 72/100. Now, in order to divide my decimals, I need to make sure that my divisor is a whole number. So in order to change 1 2/10 to a whole number, I will multiply it by 10, because every power of 10 that I multiply a decimal by, the decimal point moves one place to the right. So if I were to multiply 1 2/10 by 100, it would move 2 place values to the right, but I only need to move it 1 place value to the right for it to become a whole number, because we know in a whole number the decimal point is located all the way to the right. So I will change 1 2/10 to 12, and then I must do the same thing to 3 72/100, and the decimal point will move 1 place to the right, and it will become 37 2/10. Now, another way that you can think about it is that you're just moving the decimal 1 place value to the right here. So you would move the decimal 1 place value to the right here. And you're always going to start with your divisor and then do the same with your dividend. So now I can set up my equation. And again, remember, our dividend goes inside the bar, so it'll be 37 2/10 divided by 12, because now I have my divisor as a whole number. And before I start to divide, I will move my decimal point straight up into my answer. Now, when we divide, it's important that we pay close attention to place value, because it will change the answer. Now, look at my first number, 3. Can I break 3 into 12 groups? I can't do that because I don't have enough, because it's smaller. So I'll just put a little 0 here as a placeholder so I don't accidentally put a number in there. Now I look at 37. Well, I can break 37 into 12 different groups, and I could do that actually 3 times. So I know 3 times 12 would give me 36. So I will subtract 36 from 37. I will have 1 left over. I'll carry down my 2. And I know that 12 can go into 12 one time, because I know 1 times 12 is 12. I will subtract, and I will have a remainder of 0. So I know that my answer will be 3 1/10. So 3 72/100 divided by 1 2/10 will equal 3 1/10. Now remember, it's important to pay close attention to the place value. Noticed how when I couldn't put 3 into 12 groups, I put a 0 so I didn't get confused with where my number went. Since 12 times 3 gives me 36, and I was subtracting from 37, I made sure that my 3 went above the 7 in 37. And then I paid close attention to where my decimal was as well. I brought it straight up, and I made sure that when I put 12 times 1 to subtract 12, I put my 1 directly above the 2.